An armed F-105 Thunderchief takes off, beginning another mission over Southeast Asia. It is August 1965. Another Thunderchief is being prepared on the ground. The engine starts, while the ground crew stays close and completes the final checks. The F-105 was one of the main American strike aircraft used in Vietnam. It could carry a heavy bomb load and fly at very high speed. But every mission started here, on the ground. The aircraft had to be checked, armed, and ready to fly. The Thunderchief now moves toward the runway, with other aircraft waiting behind it. The F-105 was built as a fast, tactical strike aircraft. It could fly at more than twice the speed of sound, but speed was only part of its job in Vietnam. It carried conventional bombs on missions against targets on the ground. These aircraft often flew together as part of a larger strike force. Before takeoff, each Thunderchief had to move into position and join the other aircraft. Ground crews and pilots worked through the same routine, mission after mission. By August 1965, the F-105 had become an important part of American air operations over Vietnam. Up close, the size of the Thunderchief becomes clear. It was a large, single-seat fighter built around a powerful jet engine. Several F-105s are now waiting together on the flight line. Each aircraft needs fuel, weapons, maintenance, and a pilot, but also a large ground crew to keep it flying. The aircraft may get the attention, but every mission depends on the people working around it. Now the view changes, and we see the flight line from inside the cockpit. Other Thunderchiefs move ahead as the formation prepares to leave. From here, the pilot follows the aircraft in front, keeping position as the group moves toward the runway. The F-105 was designed for high-speed attack. In Vietnam, it carried heavy conventional bomb loads, often over long distances and into heavily defended areas. But before any of that could happen, every aircraft had to leave the ground in the right order. Taxiing may look routine.
If you enjoy these restored films, please subscribe, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. It really helps our channel. Thank you for your support.
The mission now moves over the target area, and a very different aircraft takes over. This is an O-1 Bird Dog, used here as a forward air controller. The pilot flies low over the area, looking for the target and watching the ground below. His job is to guide the faster strike aircraft to the right place. Watch closely. The O-1 fires a marking rocket. The rocket produces smoke on the ground, giving the attacking pilots a clear reference point. The forward air controller can now observe the area and direct the strike toward the marked position. The two aircraft had very different jobs. The Bird Dog gave the pilots another set of eyes over the battlefield. It could stay close to the target while the faster jets approached from outside the area. The smoke mark helped the strike pilots identify where to attack. It also gave them a common reference point, something they could see from the air as they began their run. Now the F-105s come in. They dive toward the riverside target area, release their bombs, and climb away. From the O-1, the results can be seen almost immediately. Smoke rises from the ground as more aircraft make their attack. The forward air controller remains above the area, watching what happens below. This sequence shows how two very different aircraft worked together. The O-1 found and marked the target, while the much faster F-105s delivered the bombs. For the pilot of the Bird Dog, the work was done close to the ground, with a clear view of both the target and the attacking aircraft. After each pass, the controller could continue watching the area below. Smoke from the explosions also made it possible to see where the bombs had landed. The camera stays with the target area. From the cockpit of the O-1, the pilot continues to watch the target area below. He can see the smoke from the strike and follow what happens on the ground. His job is not over when the bombs fall. He remains in the area, observing the results and the battlefield below. Back on the ground, the work begins again. Ground crews prepare another F-105 for a mission. Heavy bombs are moved into position under the aircraft and carefully raised toward the pylons. Loading a bomb is only part of the job. It has to be attached correctly, checked, and made ready for use. The men work close to the aircraft using special equipment to lift and position each weapon. These scenes show the work behind every combat flight. Pilots flew the missions, but large teams on the ground kept the aircraft ready. They handled fuel, maintenance, weapons, and many other jobs between flights. The F-105 could carry several types of conventional weapons. For the ground crew, every bomb had to be handled in the right order. A mistake here could put both the aircraft and the crew at risk. The camera stays close as the bomb is secured beneath the Thunderchief. The crew checks its position, then continues working around the pylon. In August 1965, this cycle was repeated again and again. Prepare the aircraft, load the weapons, launch the mission, and make the aircraft ready for the next one. The film began with an armed Thunderchief taking off. It ends here, with the people on the ground preparing another aircraft to do the same.
If you enjoy these restored films, please subscribe, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. It really helps our channel. Thank you for your support.